Welcome to Double Harvest Homestead.
Welcome. We got something we got to take care of today. We've kind of let it pile up a little bit, and it's time to take care of it.
Yeah, like in this jar right here, you see this powder? That's eggshells that we've collected up.
Yep.
And obviously we eat a lot of eggs.
A lot of eggs.
And right now it's really good for us to eat a lot of eggs because we just decided to start on the carnivore diet. Yeah.
Carnivore diet.
And then being that this is in the beginning of March, it's time for us to get our seedlings started. And we're going to be doing that today. But this is one of the preparations for when we get our plants in the ground. And of course, we're overrun with eggshells right now. But eggshells are a good form of calcium for your plants, such as broccoli and tomatoes and peppers and that kind of thing.
Yes, they love it.
Because they could get, I guess they call it blossom end rot.
Yes.
Like if you got a tomato and you're wondering, why are my tomatoes, when they get full and they're red and all of a sudden they just split, and it just breaks your heart because you done spent so much time getting ready for that harvest just from a split. But that's what it is. It's a lack of calcium.
And that's where these come in.
So what we do is we grind these up, and we can show you how we do that. And whenever we get ready to take our seedlings from out from under our grow lights and bring it out and put it in the ground, right before we stick it down in there in that hole that we dug to put it down in there, we put a little bit of eggshell down in there. So it gets its calcium to get started, and we'll go through that later, but we'll put a lot of other stuff down in there too.
Yeah, we'll show you that. We plan to document our entire process from seed to seal this year, the 2025 grow season. As you can see behind us, we have a lot of jars. These are pickles and tomatoes and potatoes and stuff that we grew on the homestead last year, which was our first year to grow a garden on our homestead, and we were excited with the abundance of harvest that we were able to get. And so we have a lot canned. So what we plan to do is bring you along this season with us. We're going to start the seeds today, and we're just going to bring you along through the whole entire journey, the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, I got a goal of carnivore. I want to, right now, this is the beginning of March, so I'm going to shoot for lose about 50 pounds before harvest time, which will probably start in early June for us.
Yeah.
And that way I can start incorporating, or we can start incorporating some of the keto vegetables,
Yes.
Zucchini and that kind of thing, into our diet. Because carnivore to me can be pretty boring.
Yeah.
But man, it does work.
It does work.
In the beginning for me, I'm losing about 1.5 pounds a day. So it's amazing. I know it's a lot of fluid and everything in the beginning,
but still, it's going to get us healthier. And then too, when we get outside working in the sunshine and sweating out here in the garden, that's going to go a long way to helping us city slickers who've gone turn country folk to get ourselves in shape.
But here's what we do. See all these eggshells? We just I kind of just crush them up a little bit by hand at first, like this. This is a lot of dozens of eggs right here.
We probably got about $3,000 worth of eggs right here in today's prices.
You know what? I never even really thought about it, but this right here, it's no telling how many dozens that is right there in that powder.
Yeah,
but it goes a long way, you know.
That jar right there represents almost a year worth of saving, just that jar alone right there. Because when we planted our tomatoes and peppers and everything last year, I emptied that jar out that was full by placing them in the ground when we put our plants down. So that right there is about a year's worth of savings.
Anyway, we just take, some and just start filling this up.
I probably should have got you a scooper. Having to do that by hand, that stuff gets sticky. We have a bowl that we keep there by the stove, and every time when we eat eggs every day, that's probably one of our favorite foods, which helps us on the carnivore diet since we like eggs so much. And we'll just crack the egg and then put the shell there, and when it piles up real good, then we do what he's doing right here.
Just be sure to put your top on there.
Make sure because it makes a dust.
Makes a lot of noise. I kind of shake it up like that to get that going down in there. And I just take this and just kind of push them down to help them grind up. See, it's starting to turn to a powder, a good powder. Look at that.
That's some good stuff right there. Y'all might not be able to hear it. We'll talk about it here in a minute.
Let me get that. I don't know, what is this? An old milk bottle or
I
something?
think so, like an old juice decanter that you would put juice in and put in the fridge. Oh, this part, that always makes a dust.
Yeah, eggshell
stinky.
dust don't smell too good, that's for sure.
Put that
I
stuff.
guess that's what calcium smells like.
I guess.
Let me put that on there real quick.
We got the door open over here too to help air it out, because that's the one thing about this process we don't like. But that is some wonderful stuff right there. And you need a good calcium supplement for your plants. This is easy peasy to do. If you eat a lot of eggs, just save your shells, collect them all up. When time comes, just go on and grind them up into this nice little powder. And I'm telling you, it makes some of the best supplement for your plants.
I mean, I don't think there's any kind of magic amount that you put in each hole. Maybe a teaspoonful, or just sprinkle a little bit of your fingers in there or something.
Just reach in and grab and whatever I can get in my hand.
You just want it to be, you don't want to stir it into the dirt too much because you want your roots to be able to touch it.
Right. A lot of people, when they plant their plants, they put them in the ground and they sprinkle this on the top after they've got the plant in the ground. But we take the hole, make the hole for the plant, drop a handful or tablespoon or two down in there, and then I'll kind of maybe put a little dirt over it, and then I just stick the root end of the plant down, and that way it's down there at the bottom of the roots, and when you're watering it, it'll just help the roots have better access.
Out here where we live on our land, we're basically in the Ozark Hills, the mountains, the foothills.
Foothills of the Ozarks.
So we're looking down in the valley, and our garden's at the top. It gets real windy.
Very.
So if we're pouring this on the top, we might not have much.
It's gonna go with the wind. So, but that is how we make a good DIY, I guess you would say, calcium supplement for our plants, is just using good old eggshells, save them up. Some people too, they will bake them in the oven before they grind them up. We don't do anything like that. We just crack them. We don't rinse them. We just leave them and do this right here, and then.
And this is another example of recycling on the homestead, because this right here is free.
Yep.
What else you gonna do with these eggshells?
Exactly. Just throw them away. If we had chickens, some people say feed them back to your chickens so they can get necessary calcium, and that is a goal for us on the homestead eventually. We've been here a year. What, November 24? We were here a year, so we're just getting started real good. So our plans are to have chickens in the future, and these were mostly store-bought eggs, but we have a wonderful neighbor who has a flock of chickens, and these real pretty darker shells that you see, those came from the neighbor's chickens. So
yeah, we're gonna have to be nice to them.
Oh yeah,
giving us all these good fresh eggs.
We like to bless them back with a bunch of vegetables. They're good. We love our neighbors. They're good people. But anyway, we just wanted to show that process to you. And now we're going to move on to getting those seeds started. I'm so excited. While he's finishing up, crushing up all them eggshells, I was going to show y'all, this is what we're using this year to start our seeds in. We got this Expert Gardener's garden soil for in-ground plants. We picked this up at Walmart. And then this is black cow manure over here to the left that we got over at Lowe's. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix these two together in a bucket, and I'll show you how we do that. And this is what we're going to use to start our seeds in. We would like to thank ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. We are able to grow a lot of vegetables here on the homestead, but we're not yet to the point where we can raise our own meat. And that is why we are so glad to be partnering with ButcherBox. Craving high-quality, delicious meat? ButcherBox delivers 100% grass-fed beef, heritage-bred pork, free-range organic chicken, and wild-caught seafood, raised with care, no antibiotics or hormones. Choose from curated boxes or build your own, with flexible delivery every 2 to 8 weeks, packed frozen, vacuum-sealed, and shipped in an insulated box. It stays fresh and ready to enjoy. Ethically sourced, incredibly tasty, and delivered to your door. Upgrade your meals with ButcherBox today. We left our link in the description in case you want to check out ButcherBox and have 100% organic meat delivered directly to your door.
Yeah, we're going to mix up our garden soil here and our black cow that's what we like to use to plant our seedlings in. It seems to grow the seedlings really good in there inside under the grow light, and it's very simple. We'll probably graduate eventually to doing our own compost.
Yeah.
And as you see back behind me there, we got a big field of cows back there, and we was kind of laughing about it the other day. We went to Lowe's and bought this black cow mix, and we were thinking, man, there's so many cow patties out there in the field.
Yeah.
But thing is, you need to go through a process with those. You need to let them sit, you know, for about a year before you use them. Anyway, so this is what we're going to do to get our garden started this year. So put a bunch of that in there.
I probably ought to go get, y'all, we had some gardening shovel trowels, but somebody
lost them.
Well, somebody locked herself out of the house, and I tried to use them to pry my way in and broke them.
But we got some more somewhere. We probably got 100 of them. We're just gonna have to find them.
Yeah, we got some more somewhere. Actually, we're still getting settled, believe it or not. You know how it goes.
Yeah, we're about 16 months into this homestead, and we kind of moved from the city into the country in a rush. We was ready to get out of there.
Yeah.
So our shop, it's just piled full of barrels and boxes and containers and everything and stuff. So we don't know where anything is right now. So we're just playing it by ear. Yeah. So we like to put maybe 3 times more garden soil than black cow in there. And just, I guess we'll do this about 3 layers, you know, and make sure we get it mixed in good.
Ooh,
What you think?
I think
that good?
I think that's good. And I'm gonna get in here, and I'm just gonna.
But you don't want your nose off in that?
I know, I'm off in that.
That's some good stuff right there.
That's some good stuff right there. The plants are gonna love it. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my hand and I'm just mixing this garden soil and this black cow manure all together real good in there. And like you said, we're going to just keep doing this in layers until we fill this bucket up.
See how smart I am? I let her be the mixer.
I might let you have a turn at it. No, I think I just about got it. Some of that black cow, it clumps up, so you kind of want to get your hand and break it up real good. I'm going to give y'all a close-up and show you here in just a second what we're doing. But yeah, I think that's mixed up pretty good right there. That's going to make for some very happy plants.
And then we just keep layering it on in there.
Keep layering it on up. So he's getting some of that garden mix and putting it off in there.
Yeah, some of that good old black cow.
Yeah, that really is good stuff.
Hey, and black cow, if you're watching this, I'd be glad for you to send me some.
Woohoo! We'll be glad to be an affiliate.
I can't think of those homesteaders down in Florida. They get skids of black cow because their dirt down there is not very good for growing.
Real sandy.
So they do a lot of raised beds and stuff.
I can't remember that fella's name. They're so sweet, he and his wife.
Yeah, she's from the Philippines.
Yeah, she cooks some good food too. It looks real good.
Yeah, I like the Filipino food. Lumpia.
Yeah, we love our Filipino sister-in-laws, and we have a Filipino daughter-in-law.
Yeah, lumpia is not good on the carnivore though.
No, it's not. We'll have to figure out a way to make carnivore lumpia.
Or even keto.
Where there's a will, there's a way. But that's what we do. We just keep layering the difference.
The left hand's for the black cow and the right hand's for the garden soil. See there?
And this is how
if you don't do it like that, you're going to mess up.
Mix it on up.
You're going to just stir it in a little bit.
There you go. Y'all, sorry, I can't. I'm trying to put that where y'all can see, and I might have just had y'all all over the place. Y'all bear with us. We're going to get this filming thing figured out. We're really excited to bring y'all along on our journey this year. This is something we have dreamed of for years, and we just can't thank the Lord enough for giving us the opportunity to do this. Now, last year was our first year to grow our garden, and we overseeded because we wasn't sure how things would take off here. What do you think? We grew 150 pounds of cucumbers is what come up last year?
Yeah, at least.
At least.
Made about 150 jars of bread and butter pickles.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a bunch of pickle relish.
Oh, my goodness.
This year, if we're going to do them, we're probably going to do some dill pickles in there too.
Oh, absolutely, because we can't do the bread and butter on the keto and the carnivore, so we can do dill
It's like I
pickles.
made all them sweet pickles, and then people were saying, I want a jar of dill pickles.
Yeah, most people want dill. That's crazy. They don't like the sweet pickles. We personally like the sweet pickles. We like the dill as well, but.
All right, I think that's probably enough in that bucket.
All righty, let's move on to the next step. We wanted to show y'all what we got to start our seeds in. We used to use the little peat pots, but we switched to these right here. And look at that, there's a whole sleeve of them. I think we got 2,500 of them from Amazon. I can't remember how much we paid for them. But
yeah, they're real thin.
They are, and they got the holes in the bottom. But this is what we use to start our seeds in. And then we have these trays that we picked up from Walmart.
And then we line them up in there and we fill them up with dirt.
Yep. And
I like, you know, instead of being a real hard container, I like it to kind of loose like this.
Yes.
Because it's going to be easy when you get ready to pull that little plant out of there.
And we have been able to reuse these a few times, maybe 1 or 2 times, but we got plenty of them to keep us for maybe a few years. But anyway, we're going to get started filling them up and filling these trays up with soil so we can actually start planting some seeds. What we're going to do is start out by separating these little pots. And it's a tight little squeeze, but we can get 3 per row. They kind of set off a little, but it's no big deal. And then
yeah, these little thin pots, you got to be careful because you'll cheat yourself and 2 of them be stuck together.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Because that big old box we got from Amazon, that'll last us a few years.
Absolutely.
Thousands of them in there.
And I don't think it would cost very much either for what we got. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will find it and I will link it in our Amazon storefront. And I will have a link in the description if y'all want to check it out. But this is our 2nd year to be using them. And we had real good success with them last year.
We used to be so cheap. We had some that was a little bit thicker than this, and they would last. You could pull your plant out of there and then clean them up and save them for the next year.
Yeah, that's very
But over
true.
time, they start cracking and all that. So it's nice to be able to have something like this.
Yeah.
You just
overfilled.
buy and throw them away when you're done with them.
There we go. So I got 15. We got 15 of these little pots in each tray. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good bit right there.
Yeah, and to start out, just kind of pour your dirt in there kind of loose like that. Don't overfill it. Like you can see that I left probably about a ½ inch from the top. First time I ever did this with these, I filled it all the way up to the top, and then when I go to make my hole to put my seeds in, got dirt falling all out on you and everything.
I'm going to show y'all what it looks like.
So you don't have to overpack it.
There you go, about like that. And you want the soil loose. You don't want to pack it down in there because you want air to be in there as well. That's how we do it, just like that.
If you don't have enough in there, after your plant gets started, you can always come back for a little bit more around the plant.
That's very true.
Every now and then with this compost, you'll find like these got little sticks in there. Just take those out.
Yeah, they get in the way.
I heard a story one time. I might have even saw it on YouTube. These bags of dirt, vegetable dirt or whatever that we buy from Lowe's or Walmart or wherever. Somebody had bought some bags and they were doing this, and they were doing this barehanded, reaching down in the bag, getting the dirt to put in their pot and grab the snake.
Ooh, the devil is a lie.
It's like the snake got caught up in it when they bagged it.
Oh my word.
And it was hibernating in there.
I would have had a heart attack.
You would think it wouldn't survive, but it did.
Now
he said it was a rattlesnake too, on top of that.
I'd have gone to heaven. That'd been it. That'd been it. Y'all just had to see me on the other side. Now, I had this past year, I ran across 2 snakes here in our homestead. And one of them was just an old rat snake. And he was probably a good 4 foot long, actually, 3 to 4 foot long. And I didn't mind him because he helps, keep down the critters and stuff. Well, our son, our youngest son, got married on the Homestead last year. And while we were having...
It's called a shindig, ain't it?
A shindig.
Is that how you say it?
A shindig. A shindig. A shindig. That's what it was. We had us a shindig out here for his wedding, and it was outside. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. Well, I forgot what I named that snake, and it had been around for about a month or so.
Jake? You name it Jake?
I didn't name it Jake. State Farm. It was something silly. I don't remember. But anyway, he showed up as a guest to the wedding while we was all outside enjoying ourselves. And my daughter-in-law, who's married to my oldest son, she jumped up. She's like, I'm ready to go. Nope. Anyway, so our middle son and our nephew took and tried to catch it, and it ran off into the cow field, and we ain't seen it since. So he got ran off.
And after we got our dogs out there, we haven't seen any snakes.
Yeah. The girls are real good about keeping
They ain't got enough sense to get away from one.
No, they don't. They're good girls, though. All right, well, we're going to keep this up and get these trays all filled up, and then we'll bring you back for the next step. Well, we got all 250 of our little pots all filled up with our seed starting soil, and so now we're ready to start planting some seeds.
And one thing that we do is we have this container here to organize all of our seeds. We categorize them in there. And we've been able to collect up thousands of seeds. And we keep them in the refrigerator. We got an extra refrigerator just for these. It's a little small refrigerator. And keep them in there year round. And your seeds will last for years that way. There's some people who even freeze them. You know, of course, they come in these little envelopes like this, but a good way to store seeds, especially if you dry them yourself, put them in little paper sacks, some little brown paper sacks, and fold them up and label those, and they'll last for years.
I had some I was going to show you, but I moved them somewhere else. But yeah, we make sure to save some seeds from the things that we grow each year, and then we also purchase seeds from places like Seed Saver Exchange.
Yeah, these are my favorite, Seed Saver Exchange.
Absolutely, I agree. Their packaging is always great, and you can just about guarantee almost 100% germination every time. Now, another one that I enjoy is Baker Creek, and we actually visited there, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah, and it's like a huge building that you go in, and I mean, it's got hundreds of packets of variety of seeds lined in the walls.
It was amazing.
And once you go in there, if you like seeds like we do, I think we spent probably about $500 in there.
We went a little crazy. And a lot of the seeds, we have another container just like this one with more seeds in it. But one of the things I enjoy about Baker Creek is you can depend upon their germination, but also they have rare seeds. Matter of fact, their website, and we're not affiliated, is rareseeds.com. So every year I try to grow something different that I've never grown before, and I always find it at Baker Creek at rareseeds.com. So I'm not sure which seed I'm going to pick from that this year, but for now, what are we planting?
Well, I was going to say also, we showed y'all earlier that we buy these in bulk, these little pots off of Amazon. And another thing we buy in bulk is these labels. And they come in all different colors, and it's a real thick plastic label.
Yes.
And like what we're fixing to do on this tray right here is Black Beauty zucchini. So we wrote it on there, and then you just stick it on the side like that after you put your seeds in. And when you stick it under the grow lights, you'll know what you got. And
another good thing about those is they're very durable. And once you write on them, you can reuse them over and over again, unless you have a dog like our Dixie who loves to dig them up and throw them everywhere. But they still survive her chewing on them. So they're real good. I'll link those in our Amazon storefront. Matter of fact, they're already linked in our Amazon storefront, but I'll put a link in the description if you want to check those out as well. This is our second year to use them, and we did 250 pots last year. We're doing it again this year, and as you can see, that's quite a bit, so it's going to last us a long time.
Yeah, we're starting out with 250 under the grow lights, but we always end up doing almost a whole nother round like that with way too many plants, you know, but you don't know what's going to die on you.
Yeah.
But one thing we're going to do here is we're going to do 3 seeds per pot.
Yes.
That way the germination rate will increase to where we can be assured that we're going to get at least one good plant out of there. But I can say that Seed Saver is usually 100% germination.
Yes, and the vegetables are beautiful. They're usually disease free. For the zucchini, we probably battle squash bugs with it, and that's just about it. But
And we have other videos to how to handle bugs and rodents and that kind of stuff in the garden. That you don't have to buy any chemicals and all that. We show a lot of natural ways.
Yeah, we do not like chemicals on our plants in our garden.
But we'll show you right now here if you want to do one yourself.
Sure.
We just use these little Sharpies and we just wrote the labels for. And we'll take it and just kind of push down and twist in like that. Go about a 1/2 inch deep and do 3 good holes like that. And then just
put some seeds down in there. And then cover them up with soil. Now, I told y'all we put soil in 250 of these little pots, and all 250 of these pots are going to have 3 seeds in them. So you do the math on how many plants we're growing. It's a lot. It's a lot.
And a lot of times if they look really good, we may go on to transplant them, you know, and that's what we did last year. We transplanted them and started pushing them off into out of the house, under the grow lights into the greenhouse.
Yeah, I gotta get that greenhouse cleaned up.
And that greenhouse was packed.
Oh, it was. It was beautiful too.
And this year we're going to have us a hoop house as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be 3 times the size of that greenhouse.
Oh,
so yeah, we can really produce a lot of plants then. And another thing you can do too is if you don't have enough room to grow that many plants, you can sell them.
Well, and we've been blessed with an opportunity to hopefully be able to do that.
So that's probably what we're going to do.
And we'll share more about that, you know, if and when that comes to fruition. But as he said, we put the 3 little seeds in there, and we drop the little tag that lets us know that we've seeded that and what's in there.
You want to show them the grow lights?
Sure. I'm gonna get y'all, and I'm gonna show you once we plant the seeds where we put these trays and babysit them. I mean, we babysit them until they're ready to go.
All right, baby, here you go. Let's get it up under the light.
This is my favorite part, other than when we put them in the ground, getting them started and getting them under these grow lights. This is a system that he built, and it has served us well for several years now. Several years.
Yeah, these stainless steel shelves, they work great for work because, you know, there's no rust and it's easy cleanup. And we probably picked those up at either Sam's or Costco. I can't remember.
Yeah, one of the 2 places at Costco.
Now there is a special UV bulb that you can buy, and these light kits here, and all of that came from Lowe's. These are called a Daylight T8 made by General Electric, and here's the serial number down there, 40527. But these are made for this type of thing, to grow plants, and they work really well.
I think we got these off Amazon too, didn't we?
No, we bought these at Lowe's here.
We bought them at Lowe's? Okay.
So they're easy to find.
Well, I'll go ahead and link them if I can find them on Amazon, so you can just have a quick place to go look at them. If you don't have a Lowe's nearby, I believe that you can.
Yeah, so it's 32 watt, 2,900 lumens, 30,000 hours.
And the plants love these bulbs. They truly do.
A lot of people, they buy heat pads and that kind of stuff to stick under their plants. Most of the time that would be because it would be in a greenhouse in the cold winter or something.
Yeah.
But this is a climate controlled room, and we start out, we leave these lights on probably about 16 hours of the day to start out. And when the plants, you know, start popping up real good, we start treating them just like you would day and night. So as soon as it gets dark outside, we're going to let them sleep overnight.
And then from there, when they get to the point where they're touching the bottom of the grow light, that's when we're going to move them out to the greenhouse and harden them off before we put them in the ground. But we're gonna bring y'all along 100% on this journey this year, for, like I said, from seed to seal. But this is our grow light system. This is where we keep them indoors until they get big enough that we take them outside and put them in the greenhouse.
And these light bars, they come with a hanging chain on each side. And matter of fact, the one at the top, you can see it is uneven on one end right now. we had to fix that. But one good thing about these chains, they're adjustable. So if your plants start getting tall, they're going to touch the light, then you can move the chain up, move the light up. But you know, once it gets on up there again to where you done gone as far as you can go, it's time to either move them to the greenhouse or put them in the ground. So
Yeah. Yep.
last year we started in the middle of February.
We did.
And I would say that's a mistake. I mean, we did real good with it, but it's so early that it was too early to get them in the ground because you got to wait till your last frost date. And ours was probably like April the 3rd or something.
Yeah, I believe so.
That seemed kind of late in the year, so we had to transfer them all to the greenhouse and keep them alive out there, which is no problem.
Yeah.
But
some of them, like some of the peppers, didn't like the shift, and they got the zucchini and squash got so big because we planted. So today is March the 1st, and we decided we would wait a couple of weeks further out than what we started last year, in hopes that we won't run into that same problem again this year. And we're really hopeful for this year's growing season. Last year was our first year to grow here, and we were just thanking the Lord for the abundance of harvest that He blessed us with, especially when you move onto a new land and you don't know how the soil goes. We even went to our local county, had an extension office that tested our soil for free for us last year, and turned out all we needed to do was add some lime. So we went to,
I guess it's the University of Arkansas Extension Office.
Yes.
They were very nice, free of charge. I think we even got a video out to where we went and we took dirt samples around our land, probably about 10 or 12 samples.
At least.
And we just charted out where we took each sample from as far as the makeout of the land. And they tested all of them for us and gave us a report of everything that we need. We ended up adding a lot of lime in our garden. It was just like lime. And then, of course, like we talked about, calcium and those kind of things that you could add in as well. But we were real blessed that our soil just real rich. I kind of feel like maybe cattle ran this land up here where we were growing as well, other than just down in the valley. I keep looking that way because I'm looking out the door at the valley right now.
We got the door open today, and the cattle are actually right up here up the fence line. It's a beautiful sight to see. But it's funny too, because when the garden gets going real good in the summertime, them cattle come right up to that fence, and they're how can I get over there to that? And we had a couple of them somehow make it through the fence last year and end up in the garden.
Yep.
Thankfully, they didn't do too much damage. And when I went outside, when I saw them out there, they took off back toward their pasture. But that was a fun encounter. And but yeah, we both keep looking out there because the cattle are out there, and I'll give y'all a peek at them here before we shut down this video. But I think that's it for this video.
That's it.
That's it. So we've started our seeds. Whoa, I'm so excited.
And we can't wait to show you guys what it looks like here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, when these things start sprouting.
Because about 4 or 5 days, you'll probably see them start sprouting up.
Yeah, I'm every day out here. I mean, I'll be looking at them this evening, like it's something coming up. I'll be looking every day. And I have a new type of watering system that I'm going to use this year. Last year we just had these little handheld sprayers and we would miss them, but now I have something. It's a kind of like a bigger sprayer, and I haven't used it yet. I got to put it together, so fingers crossed that it works for us.
And we'll demonstrate that whenever it comes time. So.
Yeah, we'll show that in another video. But that does it for this one. We sure are glad that y'all came and visited with us today. And if you haven't already, we would love it if you would like, subscribe, and share, and come along and grow with us on this homesteading journey that we're starting. And until next time, y'all be blessed. Bye.